welcome to Readings with Sam. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay updated on all the amazing videos that are coming through on this channel. Don't forget to leave a comment as well because I love to hear from you guys and I want to see what's going on with y'all. Whenever you need to hear this is when you need it at most, so even though I read on daily energies, if you're watching this a year from now, 2 weeks, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest because these readings are really just for you to help you. So if something doesn't help you, just leave it. It's all good. And if you're looking for info on how to get a one-on-one reading with me, you can check the link in my bio. So let's get into the reading today. Today is Tuesday, July 26th, 2022, and the deck that wanted to come out and speak to us today is the Kali Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And having this deck come out may be a little bit annoying or not, because the Kali Oracle specifically really touches on release, letting go, right? Kali Ma energy. It's the divine feminine. It's the dark face of the feminine. Basically, whenever spirit takes something away from you, or, you know, when you're too afraid to let go of something and so the universe does it for you, that's Kali Ma energy right there, okay? She is basically the divine mother that is the one where when we say like, oh, but Kali, like, I really want it, like, I swear it's really gonna hurt me when you take it away, you know, please don't do it. Kali Ma's the one that basically is like, I don't care how much you want it and how much you want to keep it. It's hurting you. I don't give a shit how much you're gonna cry. I'm gonna take it away. Like, I'm sorry, too bad. This reading is really gonna resonate with you if you're already working with Kali energy, if you already really resonate with destruction energy. So let's get into the reading today. I know I'm very curious, so let's dive in. Okay, so this message is a very powerful message, and I kind of wanted to touch on yesterday's message as well. So if you watch yesterday's reading, or if you feel like you should, because yesterday's message was really about nourishing relationships that we want to keep for the long term, and to kind of live in the new joy, but also just assess where we're at. There's been a lot of energy again with rebirth and birth. You know, that's been a really big theme coming up on this channel. So I'm just going to go into it. So basically the energy overall today is Kadga. And let's look at this imagery. These are skulls and swords, and it's very intense. This is Kali energy. Kali really, really embodies all of these kind of negative symbolisms that we see that is so associated with violence, but it's like, no, we need these things. The sword, severance, it's pure severance. You know, once a sword cuts through something, it's done. It's very hard to be put back together. That's what's going on in your life right now. If doors are closing, you need to trust in doors closing just as much as you trust as doors opening, right? And what I mean by that is so many of us get so excited about, oh my God, these new opportunities, yes, 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 yes. And we hoard these new opportunities without letting go of everything. And it's kind of like, we've had this message a few different times coming up very close together of trust the things that are leaving your life. You have to just let it the fuck go. You do. Like, you just do. And I know I'm getting very intense right now, but that's kind of the energy that I'm getting with these cards. Is it's kind of one of those things where this is something that you know you gotta let go of. It's literally like it's causing you suffering holding on to it. It's probably annoying the fact that you're still holding on to it. So it's just like, why don't you let it go? It's already leaving. Stop holding on to it. The door is closing because it needs to close. And I think this is the biggest thing with this card, is this card really comes up when the spirits are literally telling you the reason why the door is closing now is because this is the perfect time karmically for it to close. It's also closing because the things that you are trying to manifest and the things that you're trying to bring into your life and the things that you want literally cannot happen until you close this door. It's like saying, oh my God, I really want a new relationship while you're still actively in a relationship. You know what that's called? That's called cheating. You know what that means? Both of the relationships are going to be bullshit if you don't let go of one. You have to start clear. So it's the same kind of concept. Whatever you're praying for that you want to come into your life, you're holding on to something that's directly blocking it. And again, I use the relationship thing because that's kind of like a duh. Like, I don't know what it is that you're not letting go of, but it's directly correlated with whatever you're trying to bring into your life. A different example than the relationship one is, it could be, for example, a new career path. You know, maybe you desperately want to Okay, well, this is really funny. Yeah, okay, so my fiance really went through this recently, and maybe this will resonate. You know, he really wanted to start his own career. He wanted to start his own business really, really bad, and he had his 9 to 5. And the main issue was that came to the point where, you know, he was working on both, and it came to the point where he realized that all the time he was putting in his 9 to 5 had to go into the new project for it to actually launch. And the reason why he was afraid to put all his energy into the new project was because he was afraid it wasn't going to succeed. But it wouldn't succeed already if he kept the old job. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it is a leap of faith, but you gotta let go of something that's directly holding you back from the thing that you want. So in that example, he wanted this new career, but he literally couldn't get it unless he let go of the old career, because the old career just took up too much time. Because it's a full-time job. It's really difficult to have 2 full-time jobs. It's possible, you know. But and some people do it, and sometimes you are called to do that. In his particular case, it was very much something that he needed to cut off. So again, it's something like that. It's something that you are holding on to, and it's probably something that you don't even see is blocking you from your new thing. Or I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Because I think the second I said that, I had a feeling that you're way smarter than you're letting on right now, in the sense of, you may think that, oh, I don't know what it is that's blocking me, but you know what's blocking you. And it's just really looking in the mirror. It's really looking in the mirror and figuring out, what is it? What is that thing? What is it that you really, really want? And what are you actively not letting go of that's blocking you from that? Now, the advice. Okay, I know that was all very, very intense, but with Kali energy, it's very intense. Also, with this, I know I don't like to dive into, I know that I really like to focus on the present moment, and I know that I'm very much someone that does not like to talk about the future, but again, when Kali comes out, especially with a message that's very severe like this, it's just telling you again, if you don't let it go, the heat's gonna start turning up. You know, that's all it is. It's gonna get harder to not let go, if that makes sense. The advice is Guna Tantrika. And the Gunas are the 3 modes of life. So the 3 modes of life are creation, sustaining, and destruction. And so basically the energy is very similar as it was yesterday, in the sense of, like, you don't actually have to do anything, just assess and see where you're at, but don't actually take action today. You can if you want, if it's very, very clear, but today it's kind of more just like, just see where you're at when it comes to this information. And specifically see where you're at in your life. Right? What Guna is in your life right now? Are you in a creation phase? Do you feel like you just let go of a lot of stuff and now it's really like that fire, like you're getting a lot of inspiration right now? You feel like you're just going. Like it feels like you really need to, kind of like what I was saying, like, you know, with my fiance, he was very much in a creation phase, right? Because he literally felt like he needed to put all of his energy towards this one thing to create it, right? Or are you in the sustaining phase? Are you in the place where you're trying to make sure everything just lasts, and actually everything goes? So you already created the thing, you know, and you're happy with it, and you're just making sure, like, it actually has 2 feet to walk on and can sustain itself, you know, or you can sustain itself or whatever. So that's very much like, you're not creating and you're not destroying. You're just trying to float. You're just like, okay, I'm really happy with what I created. I don't necessarily feel like I'm ready to say goodbye to it. I just really want to make sure that it's to the point where it can kind of be on its own. You know, it's sustained. And of course, then there's the destruction phase. Are you in the phase where things are just ending? Everything's ending around you. You know, you're moving, you're getting rid of jobs, you're getting relationships, like things are just clearing out, you know? So basically, even though the energy overall today is this very intense energy of Kadga, it's very intense. It's very like, you gotta let this shit go. Stop playing, and stop playing yourself, because that's really the biggest thing, is that the more that you hold on to it, you're just playing yourself. You're like, come on, you know? So even though there's that really intense energy here today of like, you gotta let shit go, just let it go, you know? The advice is actually to see, where are you at? And that will help you identify what exactly is really important to let go. So for example, you may be in the creation phase and you may be like, okay, well, if I'm in the creation phase, how do I let go of anything? And it's like, well, maybe the letting go is of fear of around whatever you're creating, of anxiety, of fear of success or failure. Identity crises happen a lot during creation because we're creating new things. We've never done anything before, right? So maybe it's letting go of a particular thought pattern or experience or something that's preventing you from moving forward. If you're in a sustaining part and you're not getting rid of anything, or you're not creating anything, maybe what you're letting go of is an old routine, and maybe new systems are ready to be put in place to sustain something. So maybe it's not, again, maybe it's not like something really big. Maybe it's just like something like a habit that you've been doing for a while that's just not that sustainable anymore. We hear that all the time. Is something that you're doing sustainable? So it may be just a very subtle shift in that way of maybe it's waking up at a new time or a different time, or maybe again, maybe you need to start delegating things to other people to help yourself be sustained, right? And then lastly, obviously, if you're in a destruction phase, then it's like all systems go, get rid of everything, So this is a really good time to just check in on where you're at in your life. Where are you at? I think all of us can remember a time where we were in all of these times. For example, for me, I'm very much in a creation phase right now. I just did the whole destruction thing. And so because I'm in a creation phase, a lot of what I have to let go of is past experiences that don't apply to me anymore. Again, the thought process is like fear of, if I make this whole thing, what does that mean that, whatever, or, and also letting go of the old life, okay, because I'm creating this new thing, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. Also too, that just came to mind, we've also been working a lot on trusting yourself. Obviously this is here for confirmation and to help you really figure out what's going on. But again, with the past 2 days, there's really been energy of see where you're at. Even though all this energy is happening for everyone who's watching this video, where you specifically are is different from everybody. So again, really tap in and really ask yourself, okay, where am I? Where am I? In the grand scheme of the ocean of life, where am I? Because we've been talking a lot about karma, we've been talking a lot about things, and again, with this Kadga card, this is again a lot of karmic energy. This is the right time to let go of something, and also sometimes certain things can't come into fruition until we do certain things first. It's the same thing of you need to pass, you need to pass particular tests to get into the next grade at school, because the administration needs to be sure that the child is ready to move forward. That's what you're going through. You're going through all the tests right before you graduate one grade and start the next one, and it's just so the universe can assess and see, okay, where are you? Where are you at actually? Are you actually ready for the things that we're ready to give you, or are you not? And really trust yourself and your own intuition on that. There's a lot of trusting yourself, but also get to it. Pull the band-aid off, don't be a baby. You've probably died a million times before, this and ain't different. So overall today, it's really be aggressive about letting go of something that's actively blocking you from what you truly want. And the way to begin to do that is to just see where you're at. Are you in a creation phase in your life? Are you in a sustaining phase in your life? Are you in a destruction phase of your life? And that will help you to just discover what is the most beneficial thing to let go of. Because we let go of things all the time, and we also gain things all the time, right? And again, it will just be more beneficial for you to let go of certain things depending on where you're at. If you're in a creation phase of your life, it's probably going to be a lot harder to let go of projects, and things like that, versus when you're in destruction phase, you're already in the flow of getting rid of everything, So yeah, hope you all have a beautiful Tuesday today, and I'll see you all tomorrow.